What's up YouTube, Brownie here coming to you with another video, and we got some new content for Idle Heroes. Pretty pumped about that. We got new campaign stuff, new Realms Gate, new Tower of Dream levels, and also Broken Spaces. So that's what this video is going to be about, is Broken Spaces, specifically Stage 11, because Stage 10 is really not much of an issue. Stage 11, the Four Seas Vulcan Wave, that is pretty deadly, and there's a few teams going around, well actually one team going around that I know of that I guess does sort of decent, and that's a double carry team. I'm not sure what other heroes, it's basically just two carries, damage dealer, and support heroes, but my team doesn't use carries. I don't have carries to put in, and the carry that I do have is level 100 E5, so it's not gonna. I don't want to put the resources into building carries up. So I was looking for a team that can basically do as much consistent good damage as possible, and I had it down to a few variations, and it didn't really come together until I put Vesa on the team, and Vesa was actually the key. She was what lets everybody survive, and yeah, she's just been so important. The other thing I did was I used to have Drake in place of Queen, but Queen actually allows you to do way more damage than if you have Drake on your team. So, yeah, there's no regular heroes on this team. It's just all Transcendence heroes. And you could replace Mockman with Aspen, or probably do it with Vulcan too. They'll probably all work. I'm not sure, but you'd have to test it if you have those heroes. Anyway, a couple problems with the Four Seas fight. His round one active, and he usually gets one because your team's, they're hitting Four Seas a bunch of times. So you generally you give Four Seas an active in round one, and until I put Vesa on my team, that would kill one or two of my heroes most of the time, like a huge percentage of the time. So what I decided to do was put Vesa on the team, and I gave her an active in round one. But to do that, you have to run like an offensive artifact, and she would heal everybody up, but then everybody would still die. It just wasn't working. I was like, what is going on here? And then I realized what was happening was I needed to put defensive artifact on Vesa, because Four Seas puts out his active, and he puts 4 imminent doom marks on each hero that he hits. So when Vesa would go below 50% HP, when she wears that offensive artifact, she buffs everybody's precision, and that would end up killing a couple of my heroes. So I had to run Vesa with a crown. No other artifact was working. It, it took me a minute to really figure it out, because I wasn't really focused on it, and then I realized, oh yeah, that's what's going on. And so yeah, that's also why I'm running mark removal, because the heroes that do get hit by Four Seas will generally have extra marks that are waiting to pop, and if you remove them at the end of the round, you won't have to worry about them. So definitely run mark removal. Another thing that was actually made my damage way more consistent is running Natalia's core instead of Freya's. Running Natalia's core actually will a lot of times keep Four Seas to a basic attack in round one, because it provides energy drain. It has a 100% chance to inflict a random effect from the following, and the highest attack takes 2 effects, and one of them is drain energy by 15. So you could get a total of like, well, actually no, since her core is +5, it's how much energy drain is it? Reduces speed, energy 20. So you could get a total of 40 energy drain on Four Seas, and she puts these debuffs out every round. So you can energy drain and hold Forcey's. You can limit Forcey's actives basically with her core, and you're still buffing your damage dealers and whatnot. So yeah, this has been a pretty good team, and it's been very consistent. So we'll do some fights here quick and see it in action. As you can see, I've done a lot of testing. Yeah, let's just hop in and see what happens here. One thing I have noticed with like damage patterns, Forcey's somewhere in the middle of the fight, like between round 5 and 10. Forcey's sometimes he's just able to get a huge active off, and it can kill a hero or two. And if that happens, that's when you get those low damage numbers on with my team. But that happens very, very rare. So you don't get a lot of hits where your damage is really low. The other RNG part is like Mockman's stance switching stuff. If he doesn't get a late switch, his damage will be a bit lower. Which that's also a very rare occurrence. so yeah. Usually this is about when he switches to his blue stance, which is pretty average and normal. Even before he had his tree fully sublimed, before you had to do that to get divine power on him. So yeah, it's not always that he switches a lot faster into his defensive stance from his offensive one. And as you can see, Vesa is healing us up nicely, because whenever Forces does get some damage off, it's, you know, directly taking our health. It doesn't do anything with the shields. And that's why we need Vesa. That's why she's so important right now. Yeah. Okay, so we're coming up on round 9. Hopefully Forces, or not Forces, hopefully Mockman switches by like round 11, maybe round 12. That should give us like around 14 active. It's kind of hard to get that round 15 active, especially because we don't have energy feed. And that's the other thing. I've tried to run energy feed, but it just doesn't survive. It's just not good. It doesn't work, at least for my account. And there we got the Mockman switch. Okay, so that's good. Yeah, my account can't run the energy feed. They won't survive. Even with Vesa, you know, it just doesn't work out. But yeah, you see how the Four Season Marks, there's always extras that he has, and you gotta watch that. Here we got a big active, so let's see. Come on, Mockman. Oh, that was one of his weak chase ones. He only got 2 chases. That sucks. So we'll see what damage we get here from this fight. We'll just skip the rest of it. And hey, we broke the E14 mark, and this wasn't even optimal. So yeah, this team's pretty sweet, and I know you can replace Mockman with Aspen or Vulcan, you know, one of the other damage dealers, and I'm sure you'll do just as good. Let's do a couple fights where we skip and just see what numbers we get. See if we can't get like a little bit of an average here. And also, these A tiers are both GK Defier, and they're well below 70% HP, so that Defier is doing nothing, and they're still breaking the E14 mark. So, and there's 58 trillion. So it's you will generally, if you can put this team together, you have these heroes, or these heroes in a different damage dealer, you should generally average somewhere in the same amount damage that I'm doing. There's an 82 trillion. So yeah, I don't know if you want to give this team a shot. I'll bring it up one more time for you guys to look at and copy if you want. Yeah, if you have heroes that I have, and you know you share about the same account power as I do, try this team out. Broken spaces shouldn't be too bad for you if you can do this. And yeah, please like and subscribe, and see you guys in the next one.